533 million Facebook email addresses and phone numbers have been leaked online. Are you included in that? It's Morningstar News. So we'll link you to the article on The Verge that kind of goes over what happened here. But basically, 533 million Facebook user information was released from a data breach that happened a couple years back. So the data isn't the most up to date, and it's not anything to be really concerned about, protecting your data now. But it's something that happened a while back. That's just been, it's basically all this data has been out there, and it's been on quote unquote sale on some dark market or whatever, and someone was able to get it for $3 or something like that, and they got it and released it basically. Now, we actually looked up ourselves on Have I Been Pwned, a website. Again, we'll link in the description. And our email address was actually the Facebook email address that we use, was located on that site and found in this one data breach. So we're on there. Something interesting about this, though, is that the data, they broke it down by countries, and there's about 200 million Facebook users in the United States, but only about 15% of this data breach is from the United States. Interestingly, a lot of them are from Egypt, really high percentage, like over 90% of the total users reported were found in there. So it's interesting how this data is distributed across countries and whatnot. It makes us curious as to how this data actually was accessed. Again, the article in The Verge gives you a little bit of details, but they can't go into too much detail without contacting the person or group who actually did this. So Facebook hasn't actually really addressed this. They haven't notified people who were a part of this breach as far as we're aware. And we think maybe they should. There's not necessarily anything that the Facebook users who are part of this have to do, but it'd be nice to know, just to know that your data might be out there, even if it doesn't have an impact. I know that this creates kind of fear in people and stuff like that. So some people are better off knowing, I guess is what we're trying to say. We think that Facebook should definitely say something about this, because Facebook privacy, they need to be on top of that, and these sorts of things just make them look worse than they already look to the majority of the population. Anyway, that's all we got for you today. Like we said, our information is out there, but we're not worried, honestly. Our email, if you have our email, things are filtered by spam. And if you have our phone number, we don't get any calls, and we screen any call anyways. So if you don't recognize the number, we just ignore it. So that's our personal stance on this. Obviously, this is a bad thing that's happened, but we're not too worried about it. It's not as big a story for us as we think it might be for other people. But yeah, that's all we got for you today, and take care.